Hi, welcome to our channel, the Maker's Notebook podcast, number 71. I'm Tracy.
And I'm Stacy.
And you can find our Ravelry and Instagram handles drop down below. We're coming to you on a nice chilly, what'd you say? Chilly?
Clear blue skies.
Clear blue skies. Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy 2025, guys, with wishing you lots of making and knitting, creating.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope it's a good one for you guys.
Yes, I can't wait to see where the trends go this year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like every year there's some type of trend, whether it's color work, texture work,
Vests,
mohair, whatever, right? Yeah. I can't wait to see what the trend is going to be in 2025. So, we are a podcast about knitting, mainly knitting. We do talk about crocheting, which we'll talk about today.
We love crocheting.
Yeah, crocheting. I wish I can sew. Maybe one day I'll get there. I wish I can sew because it looks amazing when you see other makers sewing dresses and skirts and blouses. It's just
you can do anything you want.
That's true. That's true.
It's just a willingness to learn.
Yeah.
My daughter. Well, before we get into that, it kind of ties. Let me think. Yeah. So my daughter, we went to Hearts on Fiber, and my daughter went inside with me to the store, and they had a Woobles kit, the little crochet amigurumi kit.
Yeah.
And so she wanted one. She was like, I want to make that.
Oh,
I was like, okay, I'll get it for you. Yeah. She's right now learning how to crochet.
Oh my gosh, that's a proud aunt moment.
The thing about Woobles, for any beginner, it's good in that, man, it's a little pricey for the kit, but it includes everything, including the yarn, the instructions, the needles, the stitch markers.
Gotcha.
It includes like a bunch of stuff, including tutorials. I mean, she literally handholds you on how to get started.
Okay.
Just showing you how to crochet.
Okay. And so far, what is her take on it?
She's doing good. She sent me a picture of what she has so far. I can post it here and you'll see. But yeah, she's enjoying it.
Yes, pretty soon she'll be knitting.
Well, she says she wants to make those toys, not toys, but those miniatures.
Yes.
So, which is how I got started.
Right.
Was making toys in this case. But yeah, she likes the little miniatures. Like you can make, probably things like the little Ghibli, characters, or what else? The Star Wars, the baby,
Yoda,
the baby Yoda.
I started a Yoda some years ago, and I have yet to finish.
Yeah, you can make little things like little hearts, and stuff them, or doll, whatever.
Yes. So, like we did the Ghana for the gnome.
The gnomes, yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Oh, can't wait to show you guys that.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, that might be something to consider, Woobles, if you know somebody who wants to learn, or even for a teenager who wants to, start, like the Woobles kit, not sponsored. We're not sponsoring them. But in our experience, in what I'm seeing with my daughter, it might be a good place to start.
Oh yeah, definitely. For anyone who's scared or intimidated, but that's a good way to get started, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tracy said, clear blue sky. Everything is. We got some snow on
ice.
February. I mean, sorry, on Friday.
January.
Last Friday, and it was only like a half inch,
if that,
in this area. I mean, I think some areas got more, but the problem with this area is that the snow takes a while to melt, and they don't really salt. They only salt major roadways. So like these
secondary roads, no,
they don't. So it's at the mercy of when things warm up and then stuff. So my son has been out of school Friday, Monday, and Tuesday, today.
Oh my gosh.
Now, because of ice. And while by us, the roads are pretty clear, the problem is that some roads in the county, they're not, it's a lot of tree coverage. They don't get a lot of sun exposure.
That's my backyard.
Tracy's driveway right now is a skating rink. And so is my neighbors, the ones next to me and behind me. But the way our house set, our driveway is pretty clear.
The sun hits it.
Yeah.
Yeah. My daughter says it's a death trap out there.
It is. I was being careful. I'm like, oh, I'm on a skating rink here.
But we're in a different school and we have school still. But on Friday, we had a half day before it all started. However, it's like everybody is like in that mindset, oh my gosh, everything is going to shut down. So it's like everybody's raiding the stores. Like,
oh, I have a picture of, so I was standing by the eggs, by the milk, you know, the non-dairy milks. And this guy walks up and he was like, I looked over to the eggs. I have never seen it empty. It was literally
that's Olivia.
And I'll post a picture here. I had to take a picture of it because I've just never seen. The only thing that was left was quail eggs. So the guy who walked up at the same time, he was like, wow. He's like, I guess all I can get is quail eggs.
Ew.
Which I'm like, oh, no. So I went to the cashier and I'm like, hey, well, when I was checking out, I made a comment. She wasn't too friendly. But anyway, I made a comment about, oh, it's empty back there, you know, the eggs. And she goes, that apparently they couldn't make their deliveries because of the inclement weather.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, that's when I went to the grocery store yesterday. Quite a few things on the shelves were missing still, and I figured it was because of that.
Yeah.
The weather. Because when I got to the register and she said, I hope you're able to find as much as you can because we didn't get a delivery truck yet. And she said that it was supposed to come in on Friday, but that didn't happen. And it was to come Monday. That didn't happen. So she said, we're hoping it comes in today. And I'm like, oh.
But that makes you think about how we are so reliant on food from so far away.
Yes.
That has to be brought in.
It shouldn't be. It's sad, right?
Yeah. It just made me think about that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, but trying to get back into the rhythm of things. I'm pretty sure people who are from other states that deal with tons of snow are laughing at us. Like,
well, there's a reason for it. It's because because we don't get a lot of snow here.
We're not used to it. We don't have the equipment.
So they don't put it in their budget.
Yeah.
Because it's not
priority. Like in Florida, they have hurricane budget, right?
In New Jersey, they have snow weather budget.
Right. Here we don't.
Yeah, we don't. Because for the past few years, we didn't get any snow. So.
We didn't. And honestly, we just got mainly ice.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I mean, we didn't get much snow. We got mainly ice. And I've seen that here.
Yeah.
We get mainly ice. So anyway, enough weather talk. Let's talk about knitting. What are you wearing?
Well, mine's a FO, so I'll go last. So you can start.
Oh, she and these FOs. I'm so jelly. I wish I
have a bunch of FOs.
I was making rather merry over the holidays.
Well, I guess I'll be the FO queen and she'll be the whip queen because the whips I have it's not much to talk about.
So. Sorry, guys. But anyway, I am wearing Birch Pullover by Andrea Mari. And I should put my glasses on. And
looking at our notes, our computers.
Yes. Guys, I can't remember things. This is the Birch Pullover by Andrea Mari. And I used Chelsea Luxe 80-10-10. And I used about 3 skeins of yarn. And the color, she didn't have a name on there, so I just put purple because it comes in at purple with all these like browns and goldish speckles in there. And the needle I use is size 2, and because it's mainly
I love it.
It's mainly, what do you call it? What type of ribbon is this?
Is it fisherman's?
Yes, fisherman's rib. And I came in at 27 stitches and 52 rows over 4 inches, which is very rare. And I believe that's what she called for. And I knitted the size 2, so it fits really good. It took me a long time to make it. I started in June and it ended in April the next year because fisherman rib take a long time, if you ask me, and especially small needles.
Yeah.
I hurt my hand, so I would have to stop for a little while and then pick it back up. But it's very meditative once you get going. But if you drop a stitch, That was miserable, right?
Yeah.
I have to undo it many times. I had to undo many rows because I would drop stitches. And I don't know why I was dropping so many stitches.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's a great knit, great sweater. It's top down, rib neck, cuffs, and hem. And let me see, it's a raglan style. As you can see, raglan style. I love raglan styles. Personally, I'm trying to get into the drop shoulders, but I like the raglan styles. What else can I say about it? It's very soft and squishy. And you know, another yarn that's not itchy, Chelsea Luxe. This is not itchy at all.
Yeah, one of our viewers, Catherine, I think, she made a comment that she's making a list of non-scratchy yarns because she, like us, have a very low tolerance for
That's me.
Scratchy yarns. So for the wool. So I'm like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So far we have Chelsea yarns. As far as non-scratchy.
Yep.
Knitting for Olive.
Yep.
Miss Babs.
Miss Babs. And there's another one. Is it Woolfolk?
Woolfolk, of course.
Yeah.
Woolfolk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far,
that's the ones I could think of the top of my head. Even this Barocco vintage is not bad.
No? Nice. Okay.
No.
It's good to know because I'm making something with that.
Yeah.
So
if you have to put it on a scale of not itchy to very itchy, and then there's the middle. Well, Knitting for Olive and all those guys are like more on this end of not itchy. And then probably this Barocco is more halfway
to the middle.
Between the middle and like, if that make any sense.
Yeah, I want to get. I have some more finger and weight yarn because I believe this is finger and weight 80-10-10, and I have more finger and weight yarn that I have from her. And I want to use it up, and it's just like, oh my gosh, what can I make with it? Because this feels amazing on.
It's because of her Luxe, because Chelsea Luxe has cashmere.
Oh, is that what that is?
I'm thinking.
It feels amazing.
I have her yarn that has the linen in it, Chelsea Luxe, the one with the wool and the linen. And I'm going to cast on Mabel's sweater by Joji Locatelli. And I think it's a fisherman rib. But when I swatched for the thing, it came out huge, the swatch. The stitches weren't looking good.
Okay.
So rather than do another swatch, I think what I'll do is cast on with smaller, one size smaller needles because I'm a loose knitter. Okay. And then and knit 4 inches of the pattern. And then decide, what size. I don't know. Then decide from there. I'm trying to work it out in my head how I'm going to approach it without having to do another swatch for this particular project. So.
That's a good idea.
But anyway, I think it's Fisherman's Mabel's sweater. I think it's Fisherman's too, like this. Yeah.
This, I feel like, man, I could live in this all day. Isn't that like, even the neckline is not even, I really, really hit it good with this one.
Yeah.
She recommends birch hollow fibers, which I didn't use.
Yeah.
And because it has nylon in it.
We do have birch hollow. I have birch hollow in my stash. Do you? Like a 1 skeiner. Like
I think I have a 1 skeiner too. Yeah. But I think I used it on socks.
Oh, okay.
I want to say I did. But it has nylon in it, so it probably gave that nice stretch. But this one, it's a nice stretch. When I put it on, it's not tight.
Yeah, yeah.
Or, so.
Isn't it nice when you make something and it fits just perfectly?
Yes. And over the years of knitting, it's like...
It takes a while. Some people can knock it out the park.
Yes.
I think you're good at it.
No. No. I struggle with that because lately, and I was at a Hearts on Fire and having this conversation with Kim and telling her that lately, when I swatch, it's like I am not meeting gauge.
No.
And then when I throw caution to the wind and just say, well, I'll adjust it. But then as I get going, when I get to here, it's like really big. And then she said, well, it's the yarn. And I'm like, and this is when you go up 2 needle sizes, right? For me, because I'm such a tight knitter.
It depends on the yarn.
Yes. Yeah. And then when I look at other people's podcasts that are tight knitters like myself, and their things come out really fitting really nice, a little oversized because that's what they want.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, she's right. It is the yarn.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I gotta do better. So that's why I feel like some sweaters I have is really big on me right now.
Yeah.
And I don't wear them. But I need
the oversized look is in style.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
With some skinny with some leggings.
Yeah, that's true. Because my daughter loves her sweaters oversized.
Yeah.
So
it's a nice.
Okay.
Nice look.
What are you wearing?
So I'm wearing the Avenue vest by Trini-girl. I did a test knit version, and with the last podcast, I wore the red version with the rounded neck. And that one, I used Knitting for Olive, heavy merino. And I did a gauge swatch for that. I did meet gauge. But I don't know if it's the test version and if she somehow changed something. I know she changed something in the final version, but I'm not exactly sure what. It has to do with the armhole for sure. But to what extent, I don't know. I'll have to re-knit it and see exactly what the differences are. I was thinking of undoing the red one, but then I'm like, you know what? No.
Yeah,
because when I compare it to this one, it's almost the same, except that right here, it's a little, and I'll post a video for you to know what I'm talking about. Right here is like a little bit bigger. So maybe when it's all said and done, it's like an inch and a half wider than this one.
Okay.
But this V-neck, this version I knitted using her final pattern, which is available on Ravelry. And quick knit because worsted. I used Barocco vintage worsted on this. And when I was at the yarn shop the other day, Tracy, she works there at Hearts on Fiber, Kim's sister. We were talking yarn, and she was like, "Oh my God, because she's a neutral girl, while Kim is the opposite.
The color.
Yeah. So she's a neutral girl. So she's like, there is a yarn by Barocco. First of all, I'm all over the place, guys, but they were making the comment that everybody was buying up the Barocco yarns for some reason.
Yeah.
So that's what got us talking about it. And then she goes, well, and there's this color that they have that I'm in love with, and I want to knit something out of it. I'm like, show me the color. So anyway, it turns out the color is called Alloy, and it's this color. I can't even describe it to you because there's flecks of red in there, right?
Really?
Do you notice it? Like flecks,
like a dark orangey
but it's
red.
very subtle flecks.
Yeah,
but it's just like coppery, I don't know, bronzy sort of color.
Yeah,
and I loved it.
Yeah.
So I used 2 skeins of Barocco vintage worsted, and that's 436 yards. I ended up getting a 3rd skein because I just needed like another 4 grams or 6 grams of yarn. Yeah, to finish off. Yeah, to finish it off. But anyway, this is top down. Let's see. Yeah, top down. You work the back, then you work the front, then you join here in the middle, and then you work on the round, come down, you do the ribbing at the bottom, and then you bind off, and then you come back up and you pick up stitches and you do the V. Sorry guys, I might be tapping on the microphone. You do you pick up stitches and you do the ribbing on the V-neck and around the arms.
Okay.
This, and I'll be posing, showing you what this looks like standing. I feel this one fits much better. Now, I don't know if it's because it's the yarn or if it's the pattern. So I'll have to knit. Actually, I prefer the V-neck over the rounded neck.
How come?
I don't know. I like how this looks. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it seems more traditional.
Okay.
I don't know. But I love it. Nice. Very easy, very quick. Highly recommend the pattern.
Okay.
I knit the size, I should tell you, the second size 2. And I went down a needle size it calls for size 8, and I use a size 7 needles. And The gauge is 18 stitches and 24 rows for 4 inches. She has 9 sizes total to fit a finished bust circumference from 34 inches all the way to 66 inches. And the recommended ease is 4 to 6 inches of positive ease. And for my sweater, you needed 530 yards. So I'm trying to think. Did I end up using 530 yards? How close is that?
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, probably because 436 yards plus another 6 grams or so would put me, and if you did a swatch, would probably put you at 530 yards. So that's probably about right. Anyway, so that's what I'm wearing with a black turtleneck.
It's cute how she styled it.
Thinking I need I was looking for, I was late coming here because I was looking for like a beige tee, long sleeve, but I don't have one. Like not too cream, like white. I don't even want it that light, but I wanted it like kind of creamy, but I don't have anything like that.
Check out Zara.
Zara.
Seriously, check them out. They will have it.
So with the leftover yarn, well, I'll tell you when I get over there because it's in my whips. So that's what I'm wearing. That's my FO combination.
Nice.
So let's go into finished objects. Continue on. Do you have anything?
No, because, you know, I've been a slacker.
Oh, wow. How many whips you have?
2. I've been a slacker, y'all. I have been like, story of my life. As soon as I get to knitting, I have to stop and do something.
Well, you do have your gnome.
I did that. We showed that last time, didn't we?
The finished?
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't finish it till the 21st. So we showed it with the cape. No, the finished.
Oh my gosh, I have to go get it.
I can talk about...
I'll be right back while...
I can show them my Sophie scarf in the meantime.
Yes, please, guys. Excuse me. I'll take my mic off. I don't want...
So guys, I whipped up Sophie scarf. 1. So I'm thinking about Chinese New Year. I'm also thinking about, you know, winter days, brighten it up a little bit with the colors. So I'm trying to pull up my project here. Anyway, yeah, Sophie scarf by Petite Knit. I knit the size large. I use Knitting for Olive pure silk, 2 skeins of it, and the color is blood orange. I used the pattern called for US 4 needles. I blocked it and everything, and it is fabulous. No, it doesn't match my brown, but I'll show you it wrapped up. And I love these. I wish... So I'm into making these more now than actual shawls. I think these are easier for me to wear in just, even when you're traveling, is better than carrying a big shawl. And then even for like our weather here, this is like much easier to wear. You see my Sophie shawl? Nice. In this color, the Chinese New Year.
I love it.
The pop of color. Yes. Like you could wear like, you know, all our neutral colors that we love to wear, and then throw up a pop of color. So this is not our first, you know, time knitting this. Actually, this is my first time knitting the large size and the fingering weight. So I usually, my other one I've knitted is the smaller version.
Yeah, I've knitted. So that's the medium?
It's the large.
The large?
Yeah.
Oh, the Sophie. Duh.
Sophie scarf.
I was thinking of the shawl.
I need more. I'm always looking for designers to make more patterns.
There's plenty. Of this. Oh, one skeins or like that?
Just these type shawls. That's easy to, and then you can wrap them in your bag. You know, I just have it hanging there. Like I like these sort of things.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's easy to wear.
It's easy to wear as a pop of color.
Yeah, it's like jewelry.
It is. So now I have the shawl, and I have a bunch of shawls. But ask me, do I wear the others?
Do you wear these?
The Sophie ones I wear. That's it.
And when we go to Hearts on Fiber, Tracy is always wearing her Sophie scarf. Always. Like she lives in it.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy.
I have been knitting the one I use in knitting for Olive Holding Double. And you would think I'd finish it by now, but you know, I'm not in a rush. But it's just like, because I wanted to make another one that I can knock about with and not kill the one I'm wearing right now. Constantly wearing.
I think it's a good way to use up those single skeins and just have a bunch of colors available.
Agreed.
To you.
Agreed.
So I don't think this will be my last. And so how this goes is you start from here, you cast on and you just keep increasing. And then when you get to the middle there, as you see the peak, and then you start decreasing.
It's so easy.
Very easy. You just knit.
Yeah, it's very memorizable.
Knit.
Yeah.
That's all you're knitting. Doing is knitting. Yeah, so it's a nice TV watching project. It is.
And it's great beginner friendly. And my daughter, she knitted 2 for her friends at Christmas. One small, very small, and then
and the small one I like too because it's nice to and it's perfect for like if you're in the house and you're cold, you just put that on and you can still do your chores and do all the things, right? So it's just very easy.
It's a fun knit. I think it's wonderful. It's really invigorated me to finish my other one.
Do it. All right, so going on to, since Tracy went and got her gnome.
I thought we had talked about it, but then she's right. We didn't finish it till like the 20-something, and we already podcast.
Oh, and let me show you. This is what the disc...
I didn't get the disc. I didn't think to get the disc.
See it? Isn't that cute? So it's like, it will remind me that this was done in 2024.
It's so cute. Anyway. So this is my Gana.
So this is it without... she hand walks you through.
Oh yeah, her instructions are phenomenal.
Oh, and the Advent. If you like these sort of things, but you're like, I don't want to be knitting this every day for an Advent. It's not every day you're knitting.
No,
there are 2-3 days straight where it's no knitting.
Correct.
It's
a recipe.
A
story. I love the stories.
Yeah, the stories are good, right? So it's totally manageable. It's so slow paced. It's better than most. You know how some make-alongs, they're very intense and you just got to be knitting if you want to keep up with it?
Yep.
That is not the case with this.
Yep.
Anyway, so yeah, we ordered the kit from Loopy U. And so it came with the option for the wood base, the disc, and then the glasses.
Guys, I think they were so cute.
But the glasses you can source from Etsy or wherever.
Yeah. So because she had us do the cloak first, and then
we're like, where is this going? So elaborate this.
And then we worked on the body, and then after the body, the head and then the body, work your way down. She did the color work. You're like, ooh, this is going to look really good. You start seeing it come together.
Yeah.
So
the braids, she shows you how to do all of that.
The tutorial,
and she shows you placement, how to do all the placements and everything.
And then the nose and stuff in it. It's just wonderful. My little collection is growing, y'all.
It's so beautiful. Love it.
I think the cloak is what I'm in love with.
No, it is quite.
I mean, the way it falls, it matches in the back.
Oh, look how you put little bows.
I know, isn't it cute?
That is adorable. So, okay. So, I'll post here on the screen the amount of yarns, the grams we had left.
Okay.
Because,
we had quite a bit.
I was watching Stephanie's podcast and she was saying that it helps to know so that way, and these were mini skeins.
Yeah.
So I'll show you here. These were mini skeins and this is what we have left.
Plenty.
So I'll post the amount of grams here and on my Ravelry. So in case you're curious. Yeah, but it's Oak Sock by littlesquirrelyarn.com and it was 420 grams of those 4 colors I just showed you. 87 yards for each mini skein, which yields times 4 is 348 yards total. It's 75/25 merino superwash nylon. So I'll post the grams in case you say, hey, I have 2 grams of something.
You can make it work.
You can see if you can make it work.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'll post that there. Thanks to Stephanie for mentioning that. So, and Stephanie, as if you didn't know, at Edible Thoughts makes for anybody who is totally new to the game. So, yeah. So that's what we have as far as our Nana's visit, our Advent, December Advent MCAL.
Yes.
Gnomes.
Yes, that was a fun MCAL.
We'll totally do it again.
And I'm pretty sure she's going to have one next holiday season. She probably might have some during the year.
She's having a year-long knit-along every month.
A gnome?
A gnome. You can submit every month for prizes, and I think there's a grand prize.
Oh my gosh!
Sarah Shira is her name, and I'll put her website and everything on the bottom. You can click and go see what this is involved. I'm telling you, she, just like the Woobles kit I mentioned earlier about learning to crochet, these things, the hard part for people would probably be placement of where to place these things. And so when you try to sew it onto the gnome, and she walks you, like she actually walks you through, like where to put it.
She has links to her tutorial videos, and she will upload it. So if she's done it in the past, she will link that, or she'll make a fresh video, which she walks you through everything. And it's amazing. Because I am a visual person, and I feel like the videos help me tons. So, anyone can do it. And she said that the gnome is really personal too, is your perspective. So if you don't do it exactly like her, that's totally fine. Because it's your gnome, your personality.
Gnomes are supposed to be wonky.
Yeah, and that's supposed to be perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, what else do we have?
Okay, so I finished my holly Christmas socks. I didn't block it because I'm like, whatever, I'm just putting it on. I used Malabrigo yarn sock for the cream, and then the green and the red was just whatever leftovers I had laying around. It's a top down twisted ribbing, and then you launch into the color work. And the first one I did, one of them is bulkier, the color work, than the other one. I think is because what ended up happening is I kind of almost intarsia the red. Yeah, and she gives instructions on how to do it so it's not as bulky. So that's the first sock I didn't follow it. That, I was like, whatever. And then the second sock, I basically kind of followed it, so that way it doesn't become so bulky. And it worked out pretty good. I don't know if you can tell. I'll put the other one on the needles, and so you could, I don't know if you could tell which is bulkier than the other. Anyway.
Can't really tell.
You can't really tell, right?
No. Is this one bulky?
Yeah, I feel like one of them is this one. Yeah. But it's so subtle, like.
Yeah, I can't. Until you pointed it out, and I'm like staring, I'm like, I don't see it. But then, is it that one?
So anyway, this pattern is a free pattern by somebody, Knit and Wave. I'll put the link down there. It's a pretty decent pattern. I mean, it's, of course, there are a couple issues with the pattern, but for the most part, if you know how to knit a sock, a basic sock, just do whatever you want with the cuff. Just follow. She has the chart. It's all charted, and she has it charted for a couple of sizes, actually. Let's see. Yeah, 6. So for a 56 stitch sock, 64, 68, and 72.
Oh, nice
stitches. So that's a good range to have the charts for. So it's all, Anyway, the toe I did the knitting. I always use, for the most part, the Knitting Expat rounded toe. So that's what I did. For the toe here. I always knit my socks once I finish the heel, which is a heel flap and gusset, I always knit it to till it's let me see. Well, okay, I'll just put it. It's probably easy to say. The whole foot is 9 1/4 to 9 1/2 inches because I wear a size 7. So that's how long I make that. So depending on the pattern, it'll tell you to stop 1 1/2 inches or 2 inches before. So anyway, there you go. All done.
Very nice. Did you finish in time for Christmas?
Yeah. I wore it for Christmas.
Nice.
And I like it. Very easy pattern. And the color work, it's and it's bobbles in case you can't tell.
So cute. So she could wear it at Christmas again.
Yeah. So
Christmas socks, the best.
Christmas socks.
The best.
Yeah, we haven't knit much socks this year, so.
Yeah, I have a bunch of socks
we
in
have
my
so
drawer.
Many. Yeah.
It's like you have enough socks, you have enough shawls. You don't have enough garments, though.
Oh, I forgot my other sock. No, I think I might have finished it actually. No, I didn't forget it. The oxbow socks, I think I finished those and I showed it last episode. So I think I'm good.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if there's any more FOs. How could I forget?
The biggest one, the nicest one. Well, not nicest, but very nice one.
It is the nicest one to me, honestly.
Oh my gosh. Well, the other stuff is very nice too.
Yeah, they're nice, but
this one is nice.
Guys,
she finished
I don't even know. The person, I don't even know if it's okay to say who it is, but they helped me with this color selection and
you did a phenomenal job.
I'm in love.
Isn't it stunning?
I just need buttons, and my sister was saying that I should get brass. Lisa, my other sister, was saying
brass
get
would be
brass
nice.
Buttons. So I'm on the hunt for that. I've been looking, scouring, and
it's so nice.
Yeah, if you know, I need 1/2 inch.
Petite Knits doesn't have any?
Oh, I didn't think to look. She has?
Yeah, I've ordered buttons from her before. And
I need 1/2 inch. Okay,
take
cool.
a look.
I'm gonna take a look. If you have a recommendation, also let me know. But yeah, this is my Jethro finished and completed.
It looks amazing.
Maybe the color placement could have been a little better, but
no, it looks amazing.
I love it.
Can't wait to see where
you know who you are, who helped me with the color selection. It is perfect. So this yarn, again, I'll just quickly say, so the Jethro is by Tanis Lavelli, and it calls for DK weight yarn. And so I end up holding Pearl Soho Linen Quill Double. Sorry, I'm looking to... What did I do with the pattern? Oh, man. Okay, let me look at my computer. Because I want to make sure it's DK. I want to knit another one. That's to tell you how much...
Oh, what?
I know. Wild. Well,
secret person. Help her pick out more colors.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. She got me thinking about it. I want to knit one.
So it is DK. I knit the size 2. And the arms, the only thing is I'm debating because and I'll show you, I'll model this on the video. But the arms, I didn't knit long enough. I felt like it stops like right here.
Oh, yeah.
And for me, I like it
a little bit.
So I'm debating if I should go back and extend it or just leave it as is,
And you couldn't block it out to stretch it out more?
Maybe I can. I don't know. But I feel like it could be like another inch or 2 inches longer. But
oh, well, I don't know if you could block it out that much.
Yeah. So the linen quill colors, oh Lord. All I know is that this one is kettle black and the others I'll have to list on the screen if I can find it, or on my Ravelry page, which I'll put a link. Yeah, and it calls for 5 buttons. I didn't do gauge swatch for the knitted portion. I just did the gauge, I just measured my gauge for the squares. And this is the best thing ever. It fits perfectly.
This looks amazing.
I cannot wait to wear this out.
Yes, I think she's going to get a lot of looks and people asking her questions.
I can't wait
to say, I made this.
I can't wait to take it to Hearts on Fiber and show her. I mean, I didn't use one of their yarns, but I know Kim is knitting one with her hand spun yarn.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, so then once you bring all the pieces together, then you, which I'm, did I mattress stitch it?
Usually they are called for mattress stitching, right?
Yeah, I mattress stitch it. Because, there was another technique to join as you go, and I didn't like that technique. I felt like I'm like, wouldn't that leave like a bunch of holes? I don't know. I just wasn't sure about that. So I just did the mattress stitch on that. And then once you finish, you go around and you do the ribbing, the bottom ribbing. And then you do the ribbing going around the collar and down the sides there. And then you cast on for the sleeves. Oh, man. It's heavy too. I mean,
it's a nice
weight. It's not like overly heavy.
Yeah.
But I think also this would look good with a balloon sleeves, don't you think? No,
I don't know.
What do you think? A balloon sleeves?
I don't know.
I like bigger sleeves, and I feel like this might be a little. If I had to do it again, I'd make this sleeves probably a little bigger.
Okay.
But I mean, for most people, as you can see, I'll model it. You'll see it probably fits fine. But I like loose things, loose sleeves and stuff. So anyway, so that's my jacket.
It's so cute. I love it. I love it.
Anyway.
It looks amazing. You did a great job. And the colors came together perfectly.
Yeah, the queen of color helps me. So.
The queen of
color. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for
FOs. You have a nice bit. Oh my gosh, I feel like such a slacker, y'all.
Well, you're going to be the whip queen because I don't...
No, I only have 2 today. I haven't been really like... A lot of my problem is just trying to find patterns that match my yarns. And, and I went downstairs and I was to bring up this other yarn that I just got from Miss Babs and I forgot it downstairs. Now I got to run back down, y'all.
Another Sophie scarf. But this is the shawl worsted version. And this is what I started doing with the remainder of the yarn that I had. I'm knitting the small version of the pattern, which calls for, I believe, 328 yards. What was I thinking? So what I decided, rather than go buy another skein of the Barocco vintage, I decided to just make the scarf using whatever I had left, which was 96 grams or 94 grams of worsted. And so what I did was I started knitting and increasing, and I kept weighing. So when I got to halfway, or 40, almost halfway, half the weight, so like 48 grams. So I waited till I got to 46. I started decreasing. So when I got to 46 grams, I decreasing. So now I'm on the decrease side. So I just will block it. And so now I have a scarf to match my sweater. Anyway, again, the color is alloy, and the Sophie shawl is by Petite Knit, and I'm knitting the small using the US 8 needles. And yeah, that's it. So if you have worsted, just knit up to half of the grams weight you have, and then start decreasing.
I just realized I had on my mic. I hope I didn't make too much noise running up and down the steps.
Oh, like huffing and puffing?
Or stomping.
So you see my Sophie scarf that I'm making to match my fancy sweater?
That is so nice. So nice.
Fancy Cardi.
Oh my gosh. That'll look nice with a black jacket. Can
right?
you wear that underneath the sweater?
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah. Anyway. Craziness.
See? So that's your whip.
I hope I have it right, guys. And I don't have to go buy another skein to get 2 more grams. I hope my thought process is right on that. We'll see.
I hope so too. I really hope so too. Because that would be annoying. That's happened to me before.
Well, I'm debating, should I just rip back to the halfway point and not risk it and go get another skein, but then I'll still have overage? And then what I'll do, knit a hat next? I mean,
and then you'll have overage again?
It never ends.
It never ends. And that's why
I think I'll just end here with that.
That's why I have quite a few skeins of yarn that's just sitting there, and I'm like, what should I do with it? You know, because it's too much to...
What is that?
Haha! That's what I ran downstairs to get. I got these from Miss Bab's gratitude sale.
How dare you?
I know!
She said, I dare. But you're still going to meet to Charlotte Yarn Trunk Show, right?
Yes, that's in March.
Whenever, yeah.
Yeah, early March, the first weekend in March. Yeah.
That's a nice color.
Isn't it? I'm not really a purple girl.
But that's like a lilac-ish neutral purple.
That's what I thought. So I'm trying to, I wanted to get like a taupey, creamy color, and I said I'll go back to it. When I went back to it at the end of the day, it was sold out. So this was the second choice, so I went with this one. And this is Yowzer, what's the color? Softly. And oh my gosh, Miss Bab's yarn feels amazing on.
I'm jealous. I'm so jealous.
Yeah, I plan to go and when she does a trunk show at Charlotte Yarn, I plan to go. Don't worry. Because there's some stuff I have in my queue that I have lined up, and I really want to get going on them. So excuse me, forgive me for looking at my computer. But the pattern that I have lined up for this is Seaway Pullover by Ozetta, and I'll have Stacy flash a picture here. But that's what I want to do with this, and it calls for DK weight yarn. She gives the options to hold it with mohair, but I'm not a mohair girl, so I'm going to try this, and I'm hoping I meet gauge with it. Because
you can always use lace weight
to hold it with DK.
Mm-hmm. It needs worsted?
No,
it's
DK.
Oh, okay.
No, it calls for DK, but a lot of these designers, I love the texture work sweaters. Love it, love, 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 love. But they're always holding it with something, and it's usually mohair.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I'm tripping myself up, and probably that's why I can't meet gauge, because so if they're holding two yarns to make it worsted, I'm like, well, I'll just go get Barocco and make it worsted. Well, no, I'm not meeting my gauge, right? It's the yarn I'm using.
I agree with that, because it's
a struggle for me personally. So now I'm being mindful of when I get yarn, well, looking at sweaters ahead of time and making sure I have the yarn that I want, and making sure the yarn is not going to itch me. So Miss Bab's yarn don't itch me. So this is what I'm going to do to Ozetta sweater. It's called, again, Seaway Pullover. And it's a top-down sweater. It's a subtle cable texture. And I'm into textures. I just love textures over color work. I think color work is phenomenal.
Textures are nice.
But I like textures. And so it's worked top-down, and it's a boxy fit with drop shoulders. I usually make drop shoulders for my daughter, not for myself, but I want to try it this time for me. And I'll probably make the size 2, which is a small medium. And what needles she used? She used a size 7 and a size 8 for the body. And does she say what the ease is? I'm sure she says it on there. But anyway, it looks amazing. So I want to try this.
Yeah.
So that's what I have on my queue, and I need to swatch. And like, again, I've been spending a lot of time swatching, and things are not lining up, and it's really frustrating me. So I have a bunch of skeins of yarn that's just all wound up, and it's just sitting there. That frustrates me to no end, because I feel like I don't know how long I can keep it sitting there.
Yeah, you have to find the right yarn for the right project.
Correct. Yeah. And maybe we should do that.
Maybe
find the right yarn for the right project.
It's hard, because you could think, even if you had the right pattern, if you had the pattern and you go into the yarn shop and you're like, oh, I think this will work, but it's not until you do, unless you're using the same exact yarn as the designer. Yeah, it's kind of tricky.
It is tricky. And if you can't get that yarn in your area, because a lot of these designers,
like some of it is in Europe only, right?
Right.
Like,
so it's very hard. And, you know, and I love my local yarn shops, but they're not going to carry all these certain yarns because of our climate, right? Where we are.
Yeah.
It doesn't get that cold that, you know, we're somewhere in, I don't know, in Vermont. They need that. So,
yeah.
Anyway, that's me getting off my soapbox. So anyway, what else you have?
So I'm knitting the Sunday Swirl Socks by Jessie May Designs. Just came out the other day, and I immediately wanted it not because I need another pair of socks, but because of all the design elements in it. It's a paid-for pattern. It's cables. She said it's a pair of cable shorties with soft serve inspired swirls all the way down to the toes. So I decided, usually I cast on the second side, but I decided not to even bother because I'll just take this one slow and do it very slowly.
Okay.
So anyway, it's a Norwegian cast on, which is very easy to do. And then you just cable and lace and see the back of it.
Cute.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Yeah, it's pretty cute. Heel, flap, and gusset. And I'm going to knit this till I get to, I don't know if she said it's 1.5 or 2 inches from the toe for the toes. So whatever that is, I'll calculate. Usually I go, like I said, all the way to 9.25 inches for the complete foot with toes. So since I know that's 9.25, I'll subtract whatever if she says it's 1.5 inches for the toes, I'll just subtract and end there.
Okay.
And yeah, she says use 0 needles, size 0. I use size 1s. You don't use a lot. This yarn I'm using, it's month 1, January 2024, Farmer's Daughter Fiber Sock Squad yarn. There is a complimentary mini that goes with it, but I think these socks, I don't know about using, maybe at the top I could have used it, like just to start the project and then dive into the main color.
You could do the toe.
You think the toe?
Yeah.
It's a dark blue though. I don't know.
Yeah, just the toe.
You think?
Yeah.
So anyway.
I've done that, just the toe only.
Yeah.
I like it. Look like you dipped your toes in something.
Dip your toes in something. Anyway, so yeah, as you can see, it's cuffed down and there's nothing much to say.
It's fun.
And I'm knitting the size 60 inches, which is size 2, which is for 7 3/4 inch foot circumference. I think she has one that starts at, you see, when I think of sock measurements, and because I know my gauge, the needles I'm going to use, I know I need to be at 60 stitches or 64. So you as a newbie may not know that. So that's why I'm going to say she has the smallest size is for a 7 1/4 inch circumference foot, and that is a 56 stitches. That's pretty small. Like if you have tiny narrow feet, then
and normally
that might fit most kids too, right? 56.
Right. And you normally go with the smallest size.
No, I go with 60 because 56 I find is too
tight.
I don't know, hard to get on over the heel.
Yeah.
60 stitches is like good, just based on my gauge, and of course you would have to.
Yeah. Sometimes I hit it, and sometimes I don't with the 56 versus the 64.
Yeah.
It's so hard to tell for me.
This pattern is written for Magic Loop, but I ignore the Magic Loop stuff because I rather use DPNs. So
that's how I learned too. DPNs, I feel comfortable.
Yeah. And the other techniques you need to know is German short rows and the old Norwegian cast on and cables and lace, and it's just a matter of, it's a chart, and you just keep track of where you are. And how I'm keeping track on the foot part is with these stitch markers spaced out, so I keep count of where I am in the chart. And this will become helpful when I do the other feet, because it'll tell me how many of these stitch markers for my size. Like I'll know how much to knit instead of manually counting. Okay, like, you know, because you want your feet to match, so you would count like each stitch to make sure you have the same exact stitches on the other feet. Yeah. But with the stitch markers, it's going to help me not even have to bother counting. Okay. Does that make sense? Hope it does. So anyway, that's that. So you have any more whips?
Yeah. Oops. So I am currently working on, I'm almost done with my daughter's sweater. I'm making the clay sweater by Ozetter, and I was kind of hoping to have it done, but that didn't work out. And it's really large if you ask me, but you know, she wanted it large, oversized. Nice. So this is the size small. Last time I showed you, I would think I started a medium, but it was too big. So I had to rip it out and start all over. And the yarn I'm using is Barocco Vintage, which is a worsted weight yarn. And she calls
the same Barocco.
Mm-hmm. I ran out of yarn, and the same day I went back to Hearts on Fiber. Not the same day, sorry. When I went to Hearts on Fiber, she said that they were out of it and they were expecting a shipment. And when I left, and she said how probably 15, 20 minutes after I left, the shipment came in.
I was there.
Huh?
I think I was there that day, right?
When it came in?
Yeah, because you were there, Tracy was there, and I said, hey, tell them to hold a skein of this for me.
That was a different time when I went in to get for this other yarn, which I'm working on with Barocco, and I did pick up that. I did hold that one for you, set aside that one for you. But this color is called Smoke, and I'm knitting the size small, and I'm using size 8 and 7 needles. And for the most part, you're using one size needle, unless you're doing the bind off, then you go to the smaller side. The gauge stitch is 18 stitches and 34 rows. And I came in at 19 stitches and 36 rows. So I was off. I tried to go up more needle size, but I didn't want to go up too big because it feels wonky in my hand and I don't want to see it wholly. So again, I didn't match up the yarn properly, but I wanted a sweater where the yarn was easy for my daughter to maintain and not have to worry about if she can wash it and how to, if she has to hand wash it. So I wanted something that would be easier for her to handle. So this is a top-down sweater, and it features a box fit and drop shoulders, and it's textured with pearls, which I love texture. It's 10 to 11 inches of positive ease built into the pattern, and it's using a tubular bind off. I have always ran from tubular bind off, but in 24 I said, I'm doing this. So I did it, and I love it. So I don't know if you can see it. Excuse yarn hanging. But this is a tubular bind off, and I think it turned out good. Very stretchy, looks very neat.
Tubular bind off is nice.
It is nice, right?
Yeah, it is.
So I finished one arm, and
because
and I'm almost done with the second arm. I'm like about 5 or 6 rows away from putting on the ribbon cuff, and then I do have to pick up the neck, and then it'll be done. When my daughter tries it on, it looks great on her because she's tall and thin, so it looks phenomenal on her. It doesn't look like she borrowed, somebody's sweater, whereas me, I look like I borrowed it, right? Yeah. But yeah, this is a very fun knit. I think I talked about it on the last podcast, and I'm hoping to show it complete at the next one. I was hoping to have it done for today, but that didn't work out. Very easy, good instructions. I had no problems, and I love it. So I'm hoping when it's blocked, we don't need to aggressively block it because it's already big. So I think we'll probably keep it simple with the blocking. But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Looks cozy.
It is cozy. It is nice and soft. She keeps asking me, my daughter, is it going to be done in time for me to wear it this season? I'm like,
yes. Smarty pants.
Yes. Hello. She's such a smarty pants. So far I have used, I'm on 5 skeins, 5, 6, 5, 3. No, yeah, I've used on my 6th skein. So I just gotta, like I said, finish this and pick up the neck. And I'm hoping, praying that I have enough yarn. Praying. Because then I'll have to get another skein and I'll be stuck with all this extra yarn.
Or else you'll have to be making a scarf like me.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, myths.
But knowing me, I'll need another skein of yarn to finish that. But anyway, so this is it. I think it's cute.
Yeah, it is very cute.
So, yeah, I love the textured look. So I see everybody wearing that, or knitters designing those type of sweaters, and I'm drawn to them. So
what is that?
Oh, this is the Sophie scarf I was telling you about that I was holding. I've been working on this for so long. I'm holding 2 skeins of
Are you on the decrease?
I'm almost to the part where I got to start decreasing. It's long, right?
Yeah, it's nice.
I know.
Why don't you finish that? That's so nice.
I don't know. That's just it, because I'm so focusing on other things and I need to, right?
Yeah.
I can't tell y'all how like far behind I'm on with my project life. It is just like, it's so much to keep up with. And I want to knit all the things. But this is the Sophie scarf, and I'm knitting. I want to say it's the medium, but I'm knitting the medium. So I don't think the Sophie shawl, not the scarf. No, the scarf is the small one, right?
The scarf is the DK and the shawl is the worsted.
Oh, well, the small one. I'm not knitting the small one. It's the large. So anyway.
She has a couple sizes in each.
Yeah. So I'm holding 2 yarns together because I'm copying Kim from Hearts on Fiber. So, and it feels good around the neck. So this is where I am. And I wanted to show, I haven't showed it before because it's like, I don't know, just haven't. So I love it. I love the shawl. I love the simplicity of it. And I love the color. I like this. This is my color palette. So.
Oh, by the way, Tracy showed me when she was there at Hearts on Fiber. They have the chicken.
Oh my God, chickie.
Yeah, they have the chickie.
Emotional support chickie.
Emotional support chickie to match your chicken. I definitely want to do it. I was just thinking about it this morning. I was like, I want to do that. Kim said it only took like a couple hours.
Yes.
So I'm like,
she used, I believe, DK weight yarns, scraps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, couple hours? That's not bad.
I would love to make one, but then knowing me, I have to make 3. One for me, one for my girls. So
yeah, I want to make a few. So
they are so cute. It's like it's
so cute.
If I have a picture, I'll have Stacy.
Yeah, we'll post it.
But it's just gonna fit in the palm of your hand.
So
what else are you working on?
I started another coloring book tee with the Knitting for Olive yarn that I made the scarf. The Sophie scarf out of. So I'm knitting a coloring book tee, but as I'm knitting it, because Knitting for Olive pure silk, it's very light.
Yes.
But that's actually the yarn that Amy Scher, the pattern designer for the coloring book tee, that's what she used. So I'm looking at, I haven't measured my gauge yet to see, but it's definitely a little holier, but I can't tell. Like, I don't know if it's going to block out. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I started it and I'm going to see where I land. I'll check my gauge once I get to like a spot where I can measure it and see. If not, I'll just think back and adjust my needles or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I wanted to make it for Chinese New Year, but I'm like, whatever. This top can actually be made because the yarn is so nice and summery. You can actually use it any time of year.
Yeah.
And I was debating of making the 3/4 sleeves one. I don't know. We'll see.
Instead of a short sleeve?
I know, but I feel like with this yarn and this color, it should be short sleeve. That's what I'm thinking. So that's where I'm at.
I will match your scarf.
It will. See where I'm going with this? Anyway, anyway, so this, I'm not going to talk too much about it because I've done this pattern before. You've seen it before. And the only other thing I'm going to cast on, my daughter saw my linen quill Pearl Soho everyday pullover. And I was wearing it the other day and she was like, oh, that's nice. And so me always looking, because I have so many sweaters, I'm always looking for other people to knit for. So I'm like, oh, you want me to knit you one? She was like, yeah. I was like, okay, I'll knit it.
She's cute. Cute.
So I'm going to start that. The provisional cast on, though, I've been thinking, because that top and Mabel sweater by Hoheed, it's calling for provisional cast on. Do you guys do provisional cast on? And if yes, do you use scrap yarn? Because I'm thinking of not using scrap yarn. I'm thinking of putting it on a cord.
There you go. I hate using scrap yarn.
Yeah, because I don't want to have to take it off. You know,
it takes a minute to take it off, and I don't like that. Whereas the cord is easier to take it off. Cord. Yeah.
And I think I read somewhere you might have to turn the stitches because they may be arranged not correctly.
Oh,
but I'm like,
I didn't think of that.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. But do you? Yeah, that's the question I have for you. Do you do provisional cast on? And if yes, do you do with scrap, or do you just put it directly on some extra knitting needles, so cords, or whatever you have? Anyway, that's all I have. Oh, a recipe. Do you have anything?
No, actually, I want to show what I have. Last one. I'm working on the back yoke sweater.
Oh, sorry. I thought
that's
you were
all right. That's all right. No. The back yoke sweater by Noriko. How you say it? Ichikawa. Yes. Barocca, using Barocca vintage worsted.
Oh my God. Are we obsessed with vintage worsted?
Yes. Well, hers called for either DK or worsted. So I went with worsted because, hello, tight knitter here, right? Trying to match to get gauge. And I am knitting the size 1. Oh, and the color I'm using is oats. And I'm knitting a size 1 because, I don't meet gauge. Duh, do I ever? And I'm using a size 8, which the pattern calls for size 6. So I had to go up 2 needle sizes. And I am working on the back piece. So I'm holding it upside down. Sorry. So this is the neck, the back of the neck.
Seems kind of big, no?
Probably is. And then you have to pick up.
But then again, it works out for you somehow.
I don't know. Well, I'm trying to see. It might be too big, but this is the smallest size I'm knitting. So you're saying I can't knit it?
No. Are you meeting gauge? Is that the gauge? Right?
No, I did not meet gauge. It came in at pattern calls for 19 stitches and 27 and a half rows over 4 inches. And I came in at 20 stitches and 29 rows. So I have to keep in mind, I can't knit the full.
So wait a minute. Let me see. It came in at
20 stitches. I came at 20 stitches and 29 rows.
So you're going to have an extra stitch. Yes, it's going to be too big.
So.
And you even knitting the size smallest sweater?
Yeah.
So why don't you go down the needle size?
Why would I? But
I'll go up, sorry.
Well, I will have to go up to a size 9.
And you don't like how that 9 looks? Let me see.
I could go up to size 9, but then I didn't like how it looked. Right?
What yarn did she use for that?
She used.
I always compare what the designer used, because just to see.
I know, and I am trying to use up what I have in stash, only because it's like everything is just sitting there, right?
I love that sweater.
Oh my gosh, isn't it stunning?
That petite sweater.
The key sweater.
Key sweater. Oh my God.
Hold on. So she used the Rerum Natura Ulysses. It's a sport weight. She said you could use sport weight or sorry, I didn't have DK. Sorry, actually, you could use sport weight or worsted. I had a sport weight.
You
yarn.
can use sport weight or worsted.
That's what she said. I'm showing you. Hold on.
Or sport weight or DK.
Sport weight to worsted.
Interesting.
So maybe I have to go up in needle size. I was gonna go to a certain length because this is the back, and I guess it. Gosh, I'm trying to figure out how to describe it. Hold on. It starts with the shoulders and the back, and it's worked sideways, and then you pick up and you do the front, and then you join it at the arms, and then you work the body, right? And so the stitches are going this way, and then when you work the body, the stitches go that way. So I was going to try and knit the back stitches and see how it look before I make a decision if I need to rip it out.
All right.
And
see,
trying to see how it will look. But, you know, I know in the back of my mind it might be bigger.
Might fit me. Thank you. You should make me this one.
You sound like Olivia. It's just, I don't know what else to do because it's like I say, I'm trying to use up this yarn because I bought that yarn, I guess, a couple months ago. And it's just like, 'cause I love the color. And it's like, oh, let me use this. Because she said sport weight to worsted. I tried a sport weight yarn using, what's the name?
See, sport weight is closer to DK than worsted.
It is.
So that's why I find it.
I was so far off.
I think DK.
I was so far off with the sport weight. I feel like
oh really?
I was so far off. So that's why I went with this yarn because I'm like, oh well, I'm going to use it and it's thicker.
Yeah.
So let me try that.
Maybe it's DK because it's in the middle, so you might actually hit the 19.
I don't know. Anyway, that's my frustration. So that's why I've thrown caution to the wind and said, let me get started and see. And this is where my problem is. And this is why I'm so slow with knitting. I don't finish projects in time because I'm constantly ripping out and trying to find something. Then I get frustrated, put it aside and go into something else.
Yeah, because I feel like the gauge on a swatch is different than the gauge on the full garment.
Correct.
I feel like.
Correct. Because
depends. It depends.
It depends. So if I meet gauge on something and then I knit the whole thing, it still comes out bigger because I have
that happens to me quite a bit.
I have extra stitch or two on there. So it's like they said, try it on as you go, but then it's just like, man, I got to rip out all of this. And this is why I don't want to do color work because if I got to rip out, that will frustrate me.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all I have. But did I mention that it's worked top down? And it starts with the shoulder, which I find is such an interesting construction. Instead of just, doing a raglan and working its way down, it starts with the back shoulder and it's worked sideways. And then the stitches are picked up in the front. And then it's like, you do the same thing for the front and then you joined at the arms. And I just find that very interesting.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing that's happening with the clay sweater, right? It's very interesting construction. And I think that's what I'm drawn to as well. Not complicated instruction, just interesting. So anyway, but that's all I have. And that's what I've been working on. And that's why I've been slow. Got anything else you have?
Nah, I'm done. So the only other thing I had was a recipe. So I follow, I forget her name, from she used to own Black Mountain Yarn Shop. Anyway. Yeah. She posted on Instagram, she was making these sourdough pretzel bites. And I was like, that sounds good. So I went to the person's website and the website shows a bunch of sourdough discard recipes. Then that led me somehow to look for sourdough bagels. And I found sourdough bagels. And so I made that. So I'll put the recipe on the bottom, came out. The only thing I highly recommend if you make bagels is definitely weigh. That's why I told Tracy, you must weigh everything. Flour, liquids, everything. Yeah. Else it's going to flop.
Yeah.
Well, there's a good chance it might flop.
Yeah. A lot of bakers, they suggest you weigh your flour ingredients. I'm assuming the wet too, but everybody suggests weighing it. Because it comes out way better.
Yeah, because people's measuring cups are
different. And I have to agree with that because I have a couple different measuring cups and sometimes they come different ranges of each other.
Yeah.
Even though it says 1 cup.
Yeah. So. And but the one I really want to tell you about, and I'll flash her Instagram handle here, Maury Ban, I think. I've tried 3 of her recipes. And one is for a brown sugar syrup for your half coffees and stuff. And that is nice in that it's very viscous, but it's less you need to use, right? So that one I recommend. And you can get a nice bottle, one of those pump bottles from Amazon and, be all cafe-like with your syrups. But I did that one. So that one was good. And then I used, I made her shrimp fajita recipe.
That sounds yum.
My son is a very picky eater. And he was like, make this all the time. He's like, you can make this anytime.
He's changing a lot though with food. I will admit.
Well, a little bit. So anyway, it's a shrimp with like the fajita, like the red onions and all that stuff. I'll post a picture. And then rice. So it's good. It's really delicious. But then last night I made her red Thai curry chicken and rice.
That come out good.
You could if you don't want to eat meat, you could use tofu.
Okay.
You can use whatever you want.
Okay.
Shrimp, I don't know, whatever. And oh my God.
It was good?
It's darn near like you're eating Thai red curry from a restaurant.
Wow.
So I am so excited to try her other recipes. Like, I can't wait.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
Yeah?
So good. Highly recommend. I mean, it's not, if you're watching your figure, maybe not the best thing, because that Thai red curry, I had like a 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of rice, and then a little bit of the curry, and then I just want to eat a salad. Because it called for a can of coconut milk, which I'm like, woohoo. Yeah. But my son loved it, so I'm like, he can afford to eat that. So
yeah. With their kid. Yeah. Yeah. Well.
But so good. The shrimp one for sure. I mean, I think that's healthy-ish. I try to limit my carbs to like, a little bit. So I'll have a little bit of rice, but not like a whole lot of rice, like a whole bowl of rice. Right. No. It's like a couple tablespoons of rice. Yep. I try to restrict it. Yeah. And then Whole Foods started selling, did you see it? Those, and I'll post it. It's called Abbott's. I think it's called Abbott's chicken and mince. And it's vegan. And the ingredients is pretty clean.
Is it?
Yeah. There's no garbage in there.
I'm just like so scared of these faux meats.
I know. But I mean, I wouldn't eat it. No, but when you look, I think I sent you the ingredients and it doesn't look, there's nothing there that makes you go, no weird oils. Okay. None of that. Okay. No weird ingredients that you can't name. It's all like stuff you and I know.
Okay.
So, okay. I'll flash a picture of the ingredients here so you could see it. But it might be a quick weeknight thing you can put together with some sauces, or, whatever. But stir fries.
Stacy gave me a cookbook for Christmas. Oh my gosh. It's called Peaceful Kitchen by Catherine, what's her name? Perez?
Yeah. Plant-based RD on Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
I love her recipes.
I love her recipes. I follow her and I've been making her recipes. And but I didn't dawn on me that she has a cookbook. Anyway, Stacy gave me the cookbook. Oh my gosh. Her recipes are amazing. We've made 3 recipes from there so far, and each time I had all the ingredients in my pantry. It's not like you have to go buy, well, I need this and I need that. Yeah. No, majority of the stuff is already in my pantry. And I made 2 recipes and my daughters made 1. They made some noodle soup dish. Every last one of them were delicious. Delish. And her recipes are so easy, so accessible, and not complicated at all. And loved it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So if you're trying to incorporate more vegetables into your diet, check out her book. It's a great way to add more.
And I'll put the link.
Yeah.
In the box.
Yeah. So try it out. Yeah. Try it out. Yeah. So, anyway, but that's all I have.
That's all I have. So yeah, we'll come to you again when maybe next month we'll have some more FOs to show you.
Yes, we will. I will have an FO. Fingers crossed.
Hopefully we won't have all these FOs.
And none over here.
No, but make it like a 2-hour episode. Oh, man.
I think it inspires people because that's why I like to watch. Yeah. I like to see people's FOs because it inspires me if that's something I would like to make.
It gives me ideas of other things I can make.
Other things I can make, how I can style it, etc. So I love FOs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
we love being influenced.
And I love to influence too.
And we love to influence.
I like to give back.
Share the love, the influence, love.
Yes, yes. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing and for leaving comments below. I love the community, discussions, chats.
What? So, I think, did I talk about this? I think I spoke about this bag last.
Oh, the bag, yeah.
Last episode before we go.
Yeah.
But it's a nice size. Like, it fits even my laptop. I mean, look at that. It's all that stuff.
Yeah.
It fits a lot. And then my little fancy poucher, which will be coming soon. Anyway, it fits that. So
it's a drawstring closure. It has the pocket for secure items.
And Tracy can have it monogrammed.
Yeah, I can have it monogrammed. I have it monogrammed. It's mostly on my Etsy site versus on my my regular website.
Yeah.
I just need to integrate it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And it has the straps, so you can, detach it if you want, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
I walk around the house with mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep mine with me.
I call it the hipster crossbody. But I have the smaller one to it. The smaller sister one to it.
Yeah.
And it comes in different colors.
Yeah. So. But yeah, I took this to the cafe with me the other day, filled with all my
goodies.
Memory keeping goodies, all my journals and stuff. And yeah, everything was nice just to have
everything in there. You just throw it in there.
Everything in one place. Yeah. And then, I can put my laptop in there. Look at that. It's perfect. Look, and still room for more.
Should I make the straps longer? Do you think it's good?
I think it's fine.
Yeah. I like it like that. I just don't know if people want it as a shoulder bag.
Oh, you mean? Oh, okay. I see your point. But
then there's the crossbody. Right? Yeah.
So, I don't know. No,
I'm always looking for ways to improve it.
I mean, the only other thing I could tell you is maybe if you were to make available shorter straps.
Yeah.
Maybe shorter one of these and sell it separately as a
hobo strap.
Yeah, and then you could sell this with the bag, but then if they want a shorter strap, maybe just sell it as a add-on or whatever.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Because maybe everybody may not want, I don't know,
a crossbody.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah.
Check it out, and soon to be Stacy's site. It's coming.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, cool. Yeah. So hope you guys, have a good January. Stay warm. Stay knitting.
Yes. Enjoy all the knitting time before it gets warm.
Yeah. And we'll chat soon. Bye.
Bye.